Okay, ladies and gentlemen, repeat after me. Madman was right. The madman was right. The madman was right. What was I right about? Well, let's see. The French government is about to ride rickshaw around the courts, bypassing the courts to push new laws that would put bans on the internet right now. This is a prelude. This is what is ahead of us in the United States. This is going to happen if we do not stop it now here in the U.S. because what Macron is doing violates his own constitution in his own country. But before we start, thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing this video. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to receive all of our notifications here on Cuticast TV and Madman with the Show. Hopefully today is the day that I've earned your subscription. From XBiz, French government admits new law will target Twitter over adult content. Remember what I said. Madman was right. The French government has confirmed that a new bill introduced Wednesday to bypass the courts and force platforms to implement age verification will apply not only to specific adult sites, but also to any other site that allows explicit content, including Twitter. What do they call explicit content? Ladies and gentlemen, could you explain that to me? No, you can't explain because it is very vague on what they consider explicit content. Again, the madman was right. As XBiz reported, the new bill is being touted as by the center-right Macron administration as an effort to secure and regulate the digital space. Minister Delegate for Digital Jean-Noel Barrot announced on Sunday that the government intention to empower online media regulator ARCOM to order, without need to go through the courts, the blocking and delisting of adult sites that do not prevent minors from accessing their content. Barrot, who has vowed to bring about the end of the access to pornographic sites to our children in 2023, said during a press conference Tuesday that ARCOM may have to block Twitter. No, they're going to block Twitter. They are going to block Facebook. They're going to block everything that they can. The digital minister then added that he hopes Twitter will finally agree to comply with French law. French tech news outlet Tech and Company reported yesterday. Let me put it in simple words to the French. It's an American company. We do not need to go by your laws. Remember that. We need to respect them, but we don't need to go by them. And that's one thing that, gets me to this whole situation. And I see this on a couple of other content creators that they get messages from Germany that says, oh, you're violated because someone complained. So what? Somebody complained in Germany? Let them scream through their necks. I'm here in the U.S. They don't like my content. They don't have to watch it. Plain and simple. How can it be any more simpler than if you don't want to watch something, don't watch it. And when it comes to children, the organization it comes from the home. Government does not need to legislate what the family unit can handle on their own. The 5 most popular adult sites in France: Pornhub, Tusk, Xhamster, Xvideos, and XNXX, have been explicitly targeted by the government. Last month, the sites presented their objections to the controversial, vague-worded 2020 law, allowing France online regulators, ARCOM, to seek a blocking order to target sites that fail to prevent minors from accessing online pornography. Well, guess what? They're not getting it from these sites. Trust me on that. They're getting it from TikTok and Instagram and all, a couple of others. The thing is, you have to understand, if the parents are not watching their kids, if they're not instructing their kids, they say, listen, you don't need to be going to these sites and stuff like that. They can also give them phones like, what they call dumb phones. They still do exist. They're still out there. I think there's a whole new set of flip-top phones that are coming out through one of the major companies out there again. The site's lawyers presented requests to nullify the proceedings and order a stay of the proposed block. The tribunal then gave itself until July 7th to make the decision. France's age verification mandate was studiously added to a hastily approved domestic violence law during an atypical sparse-attended COVID-era session of French Parliament in July 2020. Slipped between the paperwork. Happens here all the time. They say, well, you got to read it before you sign it. We don't get to read our laws. They pass it through, and that's one of our major problems. And this is pointed out by people that gets demonized in Congress. They said, they pass a paper, and most people are not even there to vote for or against it. That's a problem. The tube site's constitutional challenge is based on the legislature's vagueness in drafting the law. Lawyers for the tube sites have argued that the compliance cannot possibly be effective until ACRON publishes clear guidelines, something the government has conspicuously neglected to do. This is correct, because they have no fucking answers of how to age verify. Because by age verification, using it in the ways that they're trying to push, like in Louisiana, like in Utah, this will cause issues of theft of identification, people's credit reports, and stuff like that. They'll be able to hijack things like this. And here's the other half of it. You don't think kids are smart enough to grab their parents' information and type it in there? It's that simple. When you say, well, maybe that they use facial. People are not going to use facial. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be outed in the closet. As Robin Bird says, they don't want to be outed to what they watch. They don't want people in their business of what they watch on a daily basis. When will you all understand this? When will these governments understand people business at home is their own business? What they watch on television, on the internet, is their own business. Now, there are those out there, like Girls Do Porn and all that do illegal, and they need to be shut down. That's okay. That's the ones that need to be investigated, not these major sites like this. And of course, they're making threats to Twitter. I wonder why. Could it be possibly maybe Tucker is coming? That there's going to be content creators live streams available similar to YouTube. And I'll tell you, you saw recently the trial, the sexual abuse rape trial on Donald Trump. And they had said that one particular juror they wanted to eliminate because he watched Tim Pool. They watched 3 videos. 3 videos! Come on, really? He might have clicked on to a particular, because he's had celebrities on his show, and he's had politicians, both left and right. And the thing about it is, the person may have seen something he was interested in. That's the way things are supposed to work in a real world. Not this, well, we can't have him because basically he's a right-wing nut job. Tim Pool ain't no right-wing. It gets me. If you're on the left and you go against what the radicals want you to talk about, and you go against that, they'll demonize you and call you extremely right. Can't someone on the left have their own opinion to the situation? That's why you've seen a lot of people leave the Democratic Party for that reason. And this is why France is probably going to go through another revolution. It's not only the internet censorship, it's also the laws that they're putting into play on there that's going to hurt the average worker, the average person there. You've seen the protests. This is something that it's been going on for quite some time. Macron, I'm going to tell you this. Macron is on his way out. It's truly on his way out. Because of the things that he's done in the last couple of years, it has hurt the French people, period. Stuff like this, where they're going to run rickshaw over the freaking courts to push, a law to shut down certain parts of the internet. They're looking for a real major situation. So in the comments below, let me know your thoughts to the situation, because it is a major situation to this nature. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. Thank you for those tuning in. We will see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.